Hello, everybody. It's another episode of the Uncanny Spirits Club, and I am looking forward to this one. Let me just adjust the camera a little bit more. And today was kind of an interesting day. I went to the grocery store for a couple of unrelated things to what I ended up getting today. And I kind of have a tip off from somebody who stocks the shelves in the liquor area at my local grocery store now. He's new, and he told me not long ago, and I believe I covered this in the video about the Woodford Reserve Buckeye Edition. He told me that, hey, yeah, this is allocated, whatever, it's over here. And so I've been checking the area where that was every time I go up there just to see if other special things show up. And it seems like this little corner is where they stash all of the possible potential allocated bottles that are very highly limited. And I'm not a bourbon hunter or like a whiskey hunter where I go in and like first thing in the morning, right when they open, and try to get the limited edition stuff. I don't really do that kind of thing. But I checked it today, and there were indeed 3 different things that were all marked with a sign that said limit 1 per customer. So I bought 1 of each because that's what I do. I saw something rare and specific, spent far too much money, and I'm sure that will come back and bite me at some point relatively soon. But in the meantime, here's content for you. So the first of those, for this video anyway, is going to be Willett Straight Rye Whiskey. And it is Family State Bottled Small Batch Rye, 51.8% alcohol by volume, so 103.6 proof. Aged in hand-selected white oak barrels for 4 years, bottled at cask strength. Rare release, handcrafted in Kentucky. And on the bag, it has small batch Willett Family Estate. Now, I'm kind of interested in how this is going to go. I've had Willett once before, I think. No, maybe it was a Weller. It was a Weller. I have not had Willett before, so I'm interested. I've heard the name bandied about quite a bit, and I'm interested in how it's going to go. Now, I have the receipt, and I need to tell you guys the price because it wasn't particularly cheap. So I'm going to go get that because I was not prepared. I will be right back. Feel free to admire all the things on my wall and whatnot while I do that. Okay. All right. All right. Hope you enjoyed my selection of robots and that unicorn of my daughter's. Unicorn. It's from Jersey. I don't know. But this bottle was $67.99, I believe. Was it? Let's see. Willett. Yeah. Or maybe not. This might have been. There's two Willets listed on here because another one was a Willett as well, but it was under a different name. So it was either 67 or 69.99, which is still, within the right price range. So I'm just gonna stash this over here. So let's peel this open and see how it does. I haven't had something high proof in a while, so I'm interested. Very interested. Nice, satisfying cork pop. Synthetic cork. Ooh. Smells nice. Smells nice and bourbony. It is a rye whiskey, however. So, of course, we'll see how that treats us. I've had good luck with ryes in the past. And for a generous dram, because I'm going to be enjoying this after the video is over, I'm sure. Pop the cork back on. And it's got a good color. Nice, good golden brown, slightly amber whiskey color. Nice viscosity. I don't know if you can see that in the video. Probably not. Probably not. A little bit. There's actually a word for that. I don't remember what it's called specifically for whiskey drinking. I don't remember what it's called. Let's take another smell out of the glass now that it's here. Smells strong. Smells bright and citrusy. Interesting. Very rosy. Without further ado, however you pronounce that, let's give it a taste. It's fiery. It's fiery. It's hot, and it stays hot. Ooh, all the way down the chest. It's a sinker. It sinks right down into the gut. Very spicy. Very spicy on the tongue. A nice spicy rye flavor. As it's settling, it's numbing very much. A lot of numbing going on. It's not particularly super high proof, but it's not little either. And it's a nice example of a rye. I'm trying to pick out specific flavors. It has some bright fruit flavors in there. Some very bright lemony, orangey, citrusy flavors kind of in there, buried in the mix. Not bad. Although the numbing effect and the heat really kind of take away from some of that flavor. It's hard to get a good grip on it with the palate, the way that it hits you so hard. And it's not like the proofness there that's hitting you, it's just the overall effect. And it's a saliva producer. It's producing a lot of saliva. Some things are drier and they kind of dry you out and you have a dry mouth. This is a saliva producer. It makes you want to drool a little bit. So you want to pair that with like some meats, some hefty meats. If you're a meat eater, if you're not, if you're a vegan, then I'm sure there's other alternatives. But if you're a meat eater, a very heavy medium rare steak, big one, would be good to pair with this and some mashed potatoes and gravy. Yeah. Thinking that sounds real good. Still very spicy second time around. A little bit of nutmeg. Yeah, and bitter orange and things in there. So not bad. I mean, it's not the tastiest rye I've ever had, though. There's so much heat to it, so much spice that it overwhelms a lot of the flavor. But there is some flavor in there, and I do like it. But it's not my first pick for a good rye. Is it worth the roughly $70? Give or take. I mean, is anything really worth the price if you're just going to end up going to the bathroom and draining it all out anyway? You know, if we want to be pragmatic about it, do I feel bad for buying it? No, not really. Kind of, because I spent way too much money today. But as far as am I unsatisfied with the purchase? No. It tastes all right. Spicy. Very spicy, though. It's got a lot of bite. A lot of bite. This is not something that you're going to be downing shots with your buddies, because if you do that, you are going to be passed out on the floor or puking very quickly. Lots of vomit because of the heat. It'll make unless you have, no jokes, please, unless you have a really well-defined gag reflex, no jokes, please. It's not that kind of channel. Then you will end up probably having some trouble with this after a little while if you're drinking it very quickly. This is a slow sipper for me. A slow sipper. Which is all right. There's no problem with that. Some things are stuff that you really want to take in relatively quickly and enjoy the buzz you get, and other things are slow sippers that you really want to take your time on. And yeah, and this is one of the second category, slow sippers. So that's what I got. I got 2 more bottles of allocated for the next 2 weeks, and then after that, or I might mix it in ahead of time. Who's to say? I do have all 3 expressions of Horse Soldier bourbon. And I've reviewed 2 out of the 3 before on this channel, but not the third. And I may, since it's been so long since I did the other 2, I might just do all 3 together in a mega review just to compare and refresh my memory and my taste buds on the first 2. Because, like I said, the third one I have not had. So I'm interested to see how they stack up to each other. But I think I'm going to do the allocated editions first. So this is the first of 3. Look for the next 2 weeks to have the other 2, followed by my Horse Soldier mega review. Probably, unless something else comes up in between, but I don't think so. So, until next time, of course, cheers. If I can hit the button here.